we got another video today. So today I'm going to talk about the problem with fad diets. Now, this topic is literally something I talk about all the time with, people on live, my clients, all that shit. Because this is one of the most important things when it comes to actually understanding how to eat and actually getting to your goals. Because a lot of people, they still have that fad diet mentality. They still, want to eat whatever they want to and then do a quick diet and go right back to the old habits. And then they wonder why they're not getting the results that they desire. And it's because they have the wrong mentality. They have a short-term mindset. And that's one of the issues I see with fad diets. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it. Also, make sure you're taking notes because we're gonna drop some knowledge. All right. So, like I said, one of the main reasons I see a problem with fad diets is usually instant gratification. I know these days we have social media, so everybody has brain rot and everybody is always looking for the fastest, quickest way to do anything. And the fad diet mindset prioritizes weight loss, not fat loss, right? So when the scale goes down, people are like, oh my gosh, it's a good thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. You could be losing muscle and water weight and muscle glycogen as well. You're not necessarily losing fat. Like, for example, when people do keto and they lose 20 pounds in a month, they think that they lost majority fat, when in reality, they lost a lot of water weight, a lot of muscle glycogen, and sometimes even muscle if their calories are too low. All right. So another problem with this is it creates a revolving door effect, right? Promotes you to eat like shit until you have an event coming up and then you starve yourself for the event. For example, weddings, cruise. How many times have you heard someone say, yeah, I got a cruise coming up, man, so I'm going to do keto? Why not just fucking get ready so you don't have to stay ready? All right. Just always make it a lifestyle change. So when a cruise is coming up, you don't have to change your habits significantly. All right. It doesn't make any sense anyways, because this is what I see happen all the time. Like someone is like, maybe they're 40 pounds overweight and they want to lose like 20 pounds for the cruise. So they lose the 20 pounds. And as soon as they get on the cruise, since they're starving themselves to lose that 20 pounds, as soon as they get on the cruise, they overeat, they binge, and then they end up gaining 30 pounds. So now when they leave the cruise, they're in a worse position than they were when they even went into it. And it just creates a toxic relationship with food as well. All right. So this is one of my favorite, the marriage analogy. All right. So this is how I look at it when someone does keto and they love carbs, or when someone does a diet knowing that they don't like the diet in the first place. So just imagine if you married a woman that you hated and you didn't find attractive and you just couldn't stand her. Just imagine if you married her, right? You're literally going to constantly be thinking about divorcing her and, being away from her, and then you're going to soon divorce her. That's how it is when you like carbs, but you fucking do keto or you do some carnivore shit. And that's how it is when you love meat. No, Diddy, that was pretty sus. But you go vegan. Because a lot of people that go vegan, I see them end up cheating on their diet by eating meat. It's like, why didn't you just keep that in your diet to make it more sustainable, right? Just make it a lifestyle change. Stop looking at this diet bullshit mentality. It's honestly crazy that in 2024 I set to make this video, but it's still a significant problem, as you guys can see with the soaring obesity rates. All right, so another thing is you don't realize what is actually required to lose weight, right? You think that literally in order to lose weight, you have to do a specific diet. You don't realize that it's just a calorie deficit, right? You think that you have to do keto, or you have to do vegan, or you have to do water fasting, or you have to do Ozempic. You think those are the magic solutions to help you lose weight, when in reality, if any of these work, is generally because they create some kind of calorie deficit. For example, when you're only drinking fucking water, you're not eating any food. Obviously, you're not going to have calories. You're going to lose a lot of muscle. Cool. All right. When you take Ozempic, it's going to suppress your appetite, so you're going to eat less. That's why you're losing weight, not because Ozempic makes you lose weight. All right. When you're doing a vegan diet, for the first time in your life, you're eating fruits and vegetables. You're not eating a bunch of fried shit. So you're probably in a deficit. You're not going to be high protein, but you're still going to lose weight overall. When you do keto, you cut out carbs. So obviously, you're not going to be eating carbs, which is probably one of your weaknesses. Maybe you eat a lot of chips and a lot of fries and shit like that. You cut out carbs because you do keto. So of course, you're going to lose fat because you're eating whole foods for the first time in your life, right? So in reality, like I said, the only way to lose weight is to create a calorie deficit, guys. All right. So when you eat like an untamed animal, right? Wait, what the fuck does this even say? Hold on. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, so a lot of people eat crazy as fuck until they start one of these diets. Like, for example, I knew one dude who was eating donuts for breakfast, Pop-Tarts for breakfast. He was eating a bunch of fast food throughout the day. And then as soon as he started to die, he's like, I don't know why I'm losing weight. It's because you're not eating that bullshit that you're eating 24/7 and you cut out the processed sugars. That's the real key, guys. All right. Most of these diets are unsustainable. We all know this. All right. A lot of people do keto, they fail. They do carnivore, they fail because they feel restricted. They grew up eating carbs, right? And now they can't eat any carbs. And listen, for someone who eats fast food 24/7 and is eating 300, 350, 400 grams of carbs per day, to go from that to keto is just too excessive. It's not even necessary for them to lose weight. People aren't trying to step on stage. People just want to be leaner and healthier, right? They don't have to necessarily eat keto or starve themselves, but they do have to clean up their nutrition overall. All right. And And like I said, for the average person, these diets are overkill, right? Like if you're overweight or obese, that means you've been actively eating a fuck ton of food. Like for example, if you're 29 and you're 290 pounds, that means you've been eating way upwards of 3,000 calories. That means you've literally probably been eating like 4,000 calories a day, right? So to go from 4,000 calories a day to a fat diet is just dumb as hell. You're just gonna lose a lot of muscle, right? And you're gonna lose your mind, obviously, because it's gonna be unsustainable for you. So if you're eating upwards of 3,000 calories, like 4,000 calories, why not bump it down to like 3,000 calories or something like that, right? Instead of going from 3,200, 3,500 calories a day. Why not go down to like 2,700 instead of going right down to 1,500 when you do keto? A lot of people go from, like I said, eating a lot of food to the 1,000 calorie diet or the 1,200 calorie diet that they see Kim Kardashian do or some shit. It's insane. Like your body still needs food, right? In order for you to function, obviously. So starving yourself is not a effective way to lose weight. We all know that. You've done it millions of times. Another thing is you've done it thousands of times and you still expect it to work, which is literally the definition of insanity, guys. So yeah, fad diets promote the opposite of a lifestyle change. When it comes to a lifestyle change, it's something you're going to do long term. Like I said earlier with the marriage analogy, it's something that you intend to do for the rest of your life. So if you're doing something that you know is too restricted for you personally, like I said, if you like carbs and you're doing keto, that shit's not going to work. All right, it's not going to work for you. Now, if you prefer to just eat steak and eggs and that's what you like to eat, and you do carnivore, you do keto, you might have a higher chance of success. But a lot of people, they like their carbs, so doing those are unsustainable for them, right? So people think that making a significant unsustainable change, like going keto, eating 1,000 calories, right, is the way to lose fat and to keep it off. But the real way to keep it off is to make small changes that you can sustain over time. I don't know if you guys read the compound effect, but that's what it's about. Small changes that you can make sustain over time. Like if you cut out chips and you cut out fries, and instead of the chips, you have skinny pop. Instead of the fries, you make your own potatoes air fried at home. Instead of the burger, you make your own 93.7 burgers at home, and you continue to do that consistently, you'll literally drop a lot of fat just from those two habit changes, right? They're very sustainable. They're not excessive. They're not crazy. They're not overwhelming. And they're not confusing. Bottom line, guys, too many people fail on the same diets over and over. Every fucking January 1st, people hit me up. They're like, what do you think about keto? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I look at our chat history, and every January 1st, for the past 5 years, they ask me the same shit. And guess what? Every year, they gain 10 extra pounds. So now, in the past 5 years, they probably gained 50 pounds by trying these fat diets that they can't sustain, and they end up binging and then feeling like shit, right? So trying to do these fat diets, they're literally called crash diets for a reason. Trying to do those diets is literally going to result in you crashing. That's what it's called, a crash diet, and then binge eating and not reaching your goals. All right, so if you want to reach your goals, stop doing these dumbass fat diets. The shit's annoying as hell. It's literally, I'm tired of hearing, oh my God, does keto work? You tried it 10 times and it didn't fucking work, and it's not sustainable for you. You eat 4,000 calories a day, going down to 1,500 is the dumbest shit ever. Just go down to fucking 2,900 and you'll lose weight. Like what the fuck, yo? Like, I see that way too much. You're eating donuts 24/7. Why not go from eating donuts and fried chicken to eating regular chicken, right, and wheat bread? Or change it up. It's just crazy. Listen, guys, the definition of insanity, like I said earlier, is doing the same motherfucking shit over and over, expecting different results. So if you're tired of not getting results, link is in the description, set up a call. But seriously, guys, stop doing these dumbass fat diets. The shit is stupid as hell. You do keto every year and you fail every year because it's not sustainable, not because you have an issue, not because there's something wrong with you mentally. It's literally because it's called a crash diet, guys. Like, I've never seen people go into something called a crash diet and be surprised when they crash. It's crazy to me. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe.